Hi everyone, Aiden here with eachtrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Titan Chain ladder pattern snow tire chains here on our 2022 Ram 1500 Classic. Now like I said, these are going to be a ladder pattern style chain, which means these cross sections of chain move perpendicularly across the tire, making it really good for those starts and stops in those harsh weather conditions. The twisted link shape here isn't going to be as aggressive as something like a square link or a VBar style, but it is still going to give good traction because of that link size in the deep snow and pretty okay traction with ice. But this is going to be great for on-road use that isn't too bumpy or jarring. We get a pretty good fit on the tire here, but it doesn't come with cams or any other tightening mechanism besides the lever arm at the bottom here. I recommend picking up a pair of rubber adjusters here to make sure we get a good strong fit on the tire and we have tension that's constantly being applied to ensure safe travel. These do come in a pair of chains, so we've got one for either side of the vehicle, and they come in this canvas bag. It is reusable for storage, but it's not my favorite method of storing them. These canvas bags do have a tendency to rip over time, especially with these larger size chains. They are going to be a little bit more abrasive and aggressive, so I recommend picking up something like a plastic tote. It's going to be more durable over time, and it's going to just keep that water out of your vehicle if you're storing the chains inside the vehicle. And as far as installation goes, the whole process is really straightforward. Let's walk through how we did it. Starting off the installation, you want to lay the chain out and make sure that nothing's tangled up. They do often come a bit tangled in these bags, but ours is looking pretty good here. And then we want to go to the cross sections of chain, and at the end pieces here, we've got a little hook shape. We basically want the abrasive side of that hook to be away from the tire and the smooth side to be touching the tire. Then the hook end here with the lever arm, we're going to want that towards the outside of the tire so we can make that connection in the front. Then we can go ahead and just drape the tire chain over the tire. When we're doing this, just be careful to not hit the rim, and then also leave it centered. So front to back here, it looks pretty good. Side to side is looking pretty good as well. And we can go around back to make our first connection. Now on the end closest to me, I've got a hook. And then on the end closest to you guys, we have these free links. Basically, the hook is just going to go into the free links. You want to choose which one of those links it goes into. You don't have to necessarily go into the very end here. Because this chain is looking a little big for the tire, I'm going to go quite a few in, but we might come back and loosen it up later if we find that that front connection is too difficult to make. It all just depends on your tire, so I recommend setting this up at home just to see what that right fit is. Now we can go around front and make our next connection. In the front, we have our lever arm here, along with the free links. That lever arm will just feed through the links. I'll choose this one to start out. And that actually is probably a little bit too tight, so maybe let's just go for the second one here. That'll feed through and fold back onto itself. You can see this is definitely a good snug fit on the tire. And that's going to be pulling some tension around the chain. From there, I'm just going to push it down and hook it into this free link back here. A little hard to see with my hand in the way probably, but that's going to give us a really nice fit around the tire chain. I'm going to add a rubber tensioner just to get that extra layer of security, and then we can move on. The rubber tensioner isn't required, but we always tend to recommend them just because it is, like I said, that extra layer of security to ensure that the tire chain stays snug around the tire. When you're installing them, you just want to go kind of back and forth in a star-shaped pattern, trying to keep it even around the tire. Right about there is looking pretty good. And we can repeat that process on the other side of the vehicle. From there, we can drive over them a few times, come out of the vehicle, check on them and make sure that nothing has settled in or adjusted too much. If you need to tighten things up, you can. Otherwise, you're ready to hit the road. That'll do it for our look at and installation of the Titan Chain snow tire chains. Thanks for watching.